YouTube. What's going on? This your boy Slickers Bandito back at again with another video. Today we are reacting to RIP Lil Popppa. We are reacting to his news and so on and so forth, y'all. If y'all new here, what's going on? I'm your boy Slickers Bandito back at again with another video. You feel me? If you've been here, I hope y'all having a good week. Actually, everybody, I hope y'all having a good week, a blessed week, doing everything you got to do, keeping your head on the swivel, not doing things that I wouldn't do because if I was doing them bad things, trust me, I wouldn't be in front of this screen today. You feel me? But I hope everybody having a good day, a blessed day. Um, getting through life, getting through what we got to do up in this thing we call life, and make sure we keep our head up on the swivel. You feel me? But if you're new here, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're never late to a video. If you've been here, you already know what it is. You feel me? Let's jump right into it. But hold on, let me make sure everything is Gucci. You feel me? Gotta make sure everything is cool, calm, and collected. Mm-hmm.
Of the video by saying rest in peace again to Lil Popppa. Now, yesterday we was reading in Reddit before.
Hold on. Make sure everything running a little bit greasy. You gotta turn this up a bit.
Before it ever came out, it turns out the guy on Reddit was actually correct. Somebody on Reddit said that they knew the family and they knew Lil Poppa, and they said his mom came in his house and it was a gun next to him, and he had a bullet in his head, and it was a self-inflicted gunshot to the head, which is how he passed away. Now they said that on Reddit before any reports came out about how he passed away, any type of his cause of death. Okay, so now there's been official reports saying that he passed from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head on Wednesday, which is what the medical examiners are saying and what they spoke about. So right now his death is ruled self-inflicted. Story of Lil Poppa's final moments took after unexpected turn later in the day when Hateville chief of police made the shocking claim that the rapper unalived himself shortly after crashing his car. So the way they make it sound is like maybe he was having a mental breakdown. Maybe his car crashed, and I don't know if that's what sent him over the edge. And then he just went home and unalived himself. Okay. Now there's been some
Oh, I don't know.
rumors, and there's been some talk and some speculation going on about this story being very suspicious. We're going to get into that right now. Again, rest in peace to Lil Poppa. If you want to see my video, I got real in depth yesterday and real like close to the heart about mental health and being a man and all that type of stuff. So we're gonna jump into the video. Shout out to Poetic Flacco for giving us that good content. Jacksonville.
Telling y'all, in between Mac Mula and Puerto Flaco, those are the main two people I be watching when it comes to this YouTube stuff. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh,
Shout out to both of them. Good creators, good creators, content creators, and they know how to, make sure they leave a message every time they cut off that camera. You feel me? Not only do they be stating their opinions, they level headed. You feel me?
be the first one to say so somebody want to say this little death is very suspicious. It doesn't make sense. Nothing about this makes sense whatsoever. All the details they're telling us doesn't make sense, doesn't add up to what they're claiming, which they're claiming is self-inflicted. Lil Poppa was a really talented artist out of Jacksonville who moved to Atlanta once he signed with CMG. Right. But he wasn't just like a Jacksonville drill rapper, as you would imagine, like most rappers out of Jacksonville. Right. They are like they are involved in this like ongoing war and gang feud. So they're all doing drug music about killing each other. Lil Poppa was a little different. Right, due to losing a lot of friends during that war, Lil Poppa made kind of like emo music, right? He was kind of more hood version of Juice World.
Hey, I'm gonna have to check out some of his music, but I've never listened to this artist. Rest in peace to him, but I'm gonna have to check out some of his music. There are artists that I have listened to before they've passed, and so on and so forth that I have listened to their music, but this is just out of this literally came unexpected out of nowhere. You feel me? He didn't even get to reach his full potential. Let me tell you, that boy. I bet you that boy was a star, man, a mega star.
Like it was kind of like emotional, you know, super like sometimes sad in his feelings music. Like in his music, which is why when it was announced yesterday that he had passed away and his death was self-inflicted, a lot of fans kind of just said, "Well, makes sense." Yeah, right. They were even putting the old videos from about like a week or two ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, where Lil Popppa was kind of insinuating or predicting that he may be dead soon. They don't. You ever been proud of yeah? Woke up, read the Bible verse, got some breakfast, and different stuff he got about it. You know what I'm saying? And he laid it on me. I got one more album, EP, mixtape, whichever one it's gonna be. I got one more, and it's over. I'm gonna find my peace. Many interpreted him saying he's going to drop his last project and then go find peace as he's gonna go to heaven, right? He's gonna drop his last project and then die. Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of people looking back in hindsight is interpreted that to mean. Yeah. Even his bio was a little suspicious and hinted towards him being depressed. In his bio, it actually says, first we're born, next we suffer, then we die. The end. I didn't see that. And why?
Yo, I ain't even gonna lie, that's deep. For real.
Like a lot of people weren't really concerned with his bio is because it falls in line with what his music is. His music was deep, it was introspective, yeah, it was emo. Yo, this dude was not like the biggest rapper on earth, right? Right, as you probably know, because when he passed away, a lot of people didn't really know who he was or really wasn't tapped in. Mm-hmm. But his music resonated with a lot. But he had a million followers though, so he was like you said, he wasn't the biggest rapper in the world, but he was tough though. Which is why
that's all I say. He had to definitely be a megastar. Tell you, he had to be some type of a star, not a super, mega star, but he had to be some type of a star. Because let me tell you, seen his Instagram and I was like, oh,
when he
that boy got a following.
Passed away, you had a lot of artists reacting in like a visceral way because this dude music touched a lot of rappers. Yeah. He is like he's like the definition of your favorite rapper, mm-hmm, because he's not mainstream or not well known to let's say the masses. Yeah. But when he passed away, you have people who are probably a little bit more popular than him, like the rapper Pluto, where she reacted on live stream horrified. Oh, that even gave a tribute. That was that. Right, Lil Wall gave a tribute for it. You see this? I ain't know she was rapping.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta go get my shindig, bring it in the house. Let it charge up a bit. Hold on, huh? Oh. Like that motherfucking They say what you do, nigga. I'm creeping on your hoe. What you doing? I'm sitting back, just mobbing on the low. I'm a young king nigga, just sitting on my throne. Maybe a dollar store chair, but I call it home. Hey, hello. Free my niggas in the city, and one day I'm gonna put you on. What time? Come out. I'm gonna get on you, bitch. Yeah, cause y'all ain't making one. I'm on mom, yeah. I'm not real papa. I'm on mom. Like I'm not even playing. I'm on mom. Baby, oh my god. No. want to give a TIP 30 piece to Lil Popppa, man.
Rest in peace, Lil Popppa, man.
I'm not a nigga like that, you know. Always supported me, looked up to me, my nigga. Can't always can't abuse it, baby.
Hey, before I keep going, I gotta show y'all something real quick. Y'all know I love Shaq.
Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Let me see something. Shout out, little nigga, too.
For the time food.
Some TIP Pop, nigga, 30 piece, nigga. Damn, Pop. Talented ass nigga. TIP Pop, nigga, Duval living, nigga. The Duval living, nigga. Never comes from here. Why is, nigga? Pop. My daughter, young nigga. TIP Pop.
Now, here's where the weird stuff begins, okay? So when he initially passed away, or when, the reports came out that he passed away, it was first reported that it was
I'm heartbeating fast. I'm feeling like nervous. Shit.
overdose. And you have people in the industry, actual rappers who would be in the know, because these people, know each other. They were even reporting that this was an overdose. YG Factor actually knew Lil Poppa too.
Oh, damn.
So he wrote, I honestly think bro went out how he wanted to. It ain't no pill poppers who don't know the consequences of it. I do at least 830s per day. We all
830s is crazy.
We can't just skip over. What the fuck is going on? Y'all, this is normal? I didn't know. Listen, bro. What the fuck? Y'all do at least 8 perks a day?
What the fuck?
Bro.
Generation Fried.
What the fuck wrong with y'all?
know we gonna die eventually off overusage. We just don't know when. And y'all folks crazy as hell saying Brad had too much to go out how he did.
Y'all don't y'all come across my videos. Let me tell y'all, do not do no pills, no perks, no none of that shit. Don't do none of that stuff. None of it at all, at all, at all. Leave that. You are better. You are better. Remember that.
Because that's what makes it worse. When you paid in full, though nobody checked with you, trying to help you kick the addiction, or even gave an F to see if you okay, because they know.
Now that's true. Like I went crazy. Y'all go watch that shit crazy. But I was basically saying like, when you a man and you get money, bro, nobody really check on you. Motherfuckers that ask you more about when the next song, or when you going to New York, or when you going to Dubai, or you know what I'm saying. They ask you them questions. Niggas don't really. There's no empathy for a nigga with bread. And you seen that with Consonant. Consonant came on here and said, hey, I've been going through mental struggles. I've been going through self-doubt. I've been going through some mental issues. And y'all called him soft. Y'all called him a bitch. Y'all clowned him, made fun of him. His own homies made fun of him and trolled him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody went and checked on that nigga. Nobody cared about that nigga. Now, thank God, it seemed like he getting through it. But if something would have happened to bro, God forbid, if something would have happened to bro, y'all would have been like, oh, it's so sad. That was my favorite streamer. All that shit. But nobody checked on no nigga with no bread, because everybody like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, we know you might be sad, but can you give me $1,000 for my car? Can you give me 2,000 for my rent, please? Nobody really get no fuck for real, gang. That's why I say in my last video, we gotta care about each other as men, bro. Especially men who get our own bread. We the only ones that know how that shit feel, you know.
Got some money, and in their eyes, all you need is money, and you okay. Then the report came out, and the police started speaking of various sources, and we found out that actually that's not the case. At all, right? It was not no overdose. The actual story of how Lil Popppa died is even more suspicious and even more confusing. And somehow, even though we have the full story, we're left with more questions than we had in the beginning of the saga. The police released details to TMZ, and the police says that Lil Poppa actually shot himself after a car crash. Now, if we scroll down, we get more details from TMZ. So TMZ writes that the Hatfield chief of police, Bruce Hadley, told TMZ that Lil Popppa was in a single car accident on Interstate 85 south of Hatfield, which is when he called his manager, asked him what he should do. The car was still drivable. Now, let's just stop here for a second, okay? He was in a single car crash. Now, this is a kid who has literally been around murder his entire life. Right. He's a kid who was literally in an active gang war. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just looking too much into it. I don't think this kid is panicking
and gonna shoot himself over a single car accident. I don't.
Over a car crash. Like, I don't feel like this kid is panicking over maybe having to go ahead and do what, like 30 days in jail over a single car crash. Maybe he was, like driving under the influence. I just don't think that this is the type of thing that this kid is losing too much sleep over, right?
But you gotta understand, bro. You can't look at it like that because.
Welcome to the Undertone Podcast, where we talk about all things creepy.
We're listening to 10 mysterious audio recordings from an anonymous email.
Hold on. YouTube, I own no copyrights to this either. Hold on. I ain't trying to get. Nope. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, hey, and you new here, sub up, gang. Sub up. Really do appreciate it. Honestly, do appreciate it. You feel me? I hope you're having a good day, a blessed day. You feel me? My day was pretty chill. Been popping out some videos for y'all, man. Trying to get this content going. You feel me? So please sub up, sub up, sub up. Hit that notification bell so you never late up on a video. You feel me? On the road to 200 subscribers, y'all. On the road to 200. You feel me? So look, we almost there, man. I know we got it. Please share these videos with your mama, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, all of them. You feel me? Teachers, friends, all of them. Really do appreciate it.
Inspiring confidence.
It's a lot.
And make sure y'all leave a like up on this video, please.
A lot of shit going. It's a lot of variables that happen in your life, bro. Like on Monday, let's say
a like doesn't cost you nothing. A subscription doesn't cost you anything. The notification bell does not cost you anything. So please, if you can, even as the video's going, just you feel me real quick.
He could have got in that car crash on Sunday. Sunday, he might have been having a good day for whatever reason. He don't give a fuck about the crash. He leave the car there. He go buy another car. He don't give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? But on Tuesday, it might be that same action could be your breaking point. It could be the straw that breaks the back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you never really know what's going on in somebody's brain, in somebody's mind, bro. You feel me? Because if you're going through mental struggles and you're going up and down every day, and today you just down, and then maybe your girl, your baby mama call you, she tripping, she ain't trying to let you see your son, and then you get into a crash, and then you lose 10,000, and then your fucking your mama, you find out your mama stole some money, and then you get in the crash. You never really know what led up to it. You know what I'm saying?
You could probably understand why he might, let's say, oh man, like, I crashed my car. What should I do next? Should I just go, call the police? Should I like drop my car off? Should I leave it here? What should I do? But the car was drivable. Mm-hmm. So he drove away from the accident and went to his manager, right? So he called his manager asking what he should do. The car was still drivable. The manager told him they meet up in a nearby parking lot at the Hilton Hotel. And Hallie tells us when they meet up, Lil Popppa stayed in his car as he spoke to his manager through the roll down window. Okay, now, again, so far, still normal, right?
Right. Kind of sketchy.
You call your manager for help.
Wait, it's kind of sketchy because okay, he rolled down his window, cool. Okay, he probably didn't want to get out the car, but how come he didn't get out the car? Did he feel uncomfortable? Did you guys beef before this? I'm just asking questions. You feel me?
Should I just call the police? Should I leave the car here? You call them. What should I do? Now, if it's a single car accident and you were able to drive off, and there's no reports of anybody else being hurt, right? There's no reports of too much damage happening. Apparently, he hit his car up against a wall or something. His car is damaged. Right, like he's not dealing with like a vehicular homicide here or something. Okay, right. This is just a single car accident. His car a little bit damaged, but still drivable. Right. He could have drove home for God's sake, right? He left his car with his manager. Now, while they're having a conversation, now the manager apparently doesn't tell the police what the conversation was about. Mm-hmm. Now, we are told it's unclear what they discussed. It's unclear because the manager never told the police what they discussed. But at some point,
I know that's not the suspect gang.
If the police says the rapper pulled a handgun
in the car,
put it to his head, and pulled the trigger, shooting himself dead. Hallie tells us an off-duty officer who was working at the hotel called 911.
So he did that in the car at the hotel parking lot?
Lil Popppa was rushed to Grady Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Nothing was left whatsoever. Here's why I think it's suspicious. First off, okay, let's look at the series. Let's play the series of the events back again, okay? He was driving his car, got into a single car crash. This kid who's been dealing with murders and felonies his entire life panicked over a single car crash accident. Okay, so but at that point he's in the clear. He's not panicking. He left the accident. Is drivable. Mm-hmm. Nobody else was hit. He's in the clear. Like he has nothing to worry about at this point at all. So how exactly do somebody go from? Because if he wanted to do that to himself, he could have got it done at the single car crash where nobody was there.
Yeah, that's true. I see. That's all. That's all.
Do that to himself.
Right.
He wouldn't wait to do it at a packed parking lot in front of like the manager and other people. No, he would have.
But see, that's what
that's what I'm talking about. Like I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
This what I be telling them. This what I be telling niggas, like, because niggas be listening to stories like this, and you speaking a logical thing and what makes sense to you in a healthy, calm environment, bro. You can't compare. You can't use what makes sense to describe the actions of somebody who's in a completely different mental state. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, not saying Lil Popppa had this, but for example, if somebody got schizophrenia and they do some shit that don't make sense, you can't try to make sense of it to be like, oh, if you did that, why you ain't just do, like, you don't know, because this person is not in a right state of mind right now. He's not thinking straight. So you can't try to describe and try to explain his actions using
logic,
your thoughts when you thinking straight. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even a drunk motherfucker, you can't try to, if you drunk, but he drunk, he not thinking straight. So everything he gonna do is not gonna make sense to you because you not drunk. You're thinking straight and he's not. You see what I'm saying?
I've done it at the car accident. So if he had done it at his home,
if he having a mental breakdown, bro, ain't no way. You feel me? That's like the same thing as the hockey player, the trans hockey player that killed his family at the hockey game. A lot of motherfuckers be like, well, if you want to do that, why you ain't do that at home? Because that make more sense to you because you thinking straight. Obviously, he not thinking straight. He off his rocker. So whatever him being off his rocker entails, man, that's what made him go to that hockey thing and do that. That's what could have made Lil Popppa wait until he was in a... You don't know, bro. You feel me? You don't know. And it's a split-second decision for you to just think of that shit and do something. We don't know if Lil Popppa was going through something all month and this just was a tipping point. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're going through a lot of shit, gang, it could be a little thing, bro, that send your ass all the way over the edge. If you're going through mental struggles for, let's say, 90 days straight and then you stub your toe, that could be the shit that make you want to end it off. You feel me? When a normal motherfucker be like, damn, nigga, you
stubbing your toe make you go crazy.
Stub your toe, that's what, but it be more layers to it. So it's like a cake, bro.
So the fact that he left and went to his manager shows that his intent was never that. His intent was to actually get help and figure out what to do with the car. Mm-hmm. But then they're having a conversation, like the window is rolled down. They're having a conversation. Right. Now, even him never hopping out the car to me is a little bit unnatural, right? Because if he called for help because of the car, you would think she would hop in the car or like he would hop out and there's manager apparently doesn't tell the police what the conversation was about.
Hmm.
From my perspective, I'll be real, bro. I don't even think he did it to himself, man.
Hmm.
If I have to guess what I think happened, I think somebody shot him because it doesn't make sense. Like, what do you mean he waited until he got to a hotel parking lot to do it? Yo, this man said as soon as I dropped my first project, his next project ain't dropped yet. So even the timeline of hey, he said he was gonna do it, his project ain't dropped yet.
But again, bro, you're thinking on your logic. If a person is having real thoughts like that, if this person really is thinking about taking his own life, bro, the shit that's going on in your brain is not gonna make sense to him, and the shit that's going on in his brain is not gonna make sense to you. You feel me? It just don't make sense, bro. It's a lot of evil. Not saying what he did was evil, but it's a lot of evil ass people in the world that's like, bro, why are you doing that? Why are you riding around killing random girls and kidnapping them and killing them? They don't make no sense to you. But to this crazy motherfucker, it makes sense. Jeffrey Dahmer had a bolt of fucking carbon acid with a human body in it. You know what I'm saying? What's the dude named Ed Gein or some shit? He was killing motherfuckers, digging up dead bodies and making chairs out of their skin and fucking the dead bodies in the living room.
What the?
That don't make sense to us. But we can't try to make this. We can't try to make this make sense to us because he was obviously not in the proper straight thinking mental space, bro. So I'm not gonna go all the way straight and be like, because if he was in a hotel parking lot, it's 1,000 cameras. It's about 10 million cameras. You know what I'm saying?
That is true, especially at the Hill hotels.
It don't make no sense because it's not supposed to make sense because we are thinking as sane people who are high, under influence, and don't have mental issues. He might have had mental issues, bro, and that's just where he crashed the fuck out. He crashed out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have mental issues. A lot of people do shit that don't make sense to me or you or them or her or him, but it made sense to him in that moment. It's just the fact that he can't come back and explain and tell us what was going on in his head because he's on the other side of life now.
Nor was it completed from my perspective or from what I know. I think somebody shot him, bro. I think somebody shot him and they framed him, to be honest, bro. Now, there's cameras. I'm sure there's cameras. I'm sure there's something here that's probably going to show the full story. But this story just doesn't make sense. And right now, the only person who knows or can provide context is the manager. The manager knows what that conversation was about. But the police have said they're unclear what the conversation was about. They have no idea. Why would the police have no idea what the conversation is about? Right? If the manager spoke to the police,
Tell me that's not suspect, chat.
then why would the police not know what's going on? Why would the police not know the conversation? What excuse did they use to tell the police the conversation? I think that conversation is old. I think we need to know what that conversation is. Because this story of he was involved in a single car crash. He got to the hotel parking lot for help from the manager, and then while having a routine conversation, he pulled out a gun and offed himself. Come on, bro. I'm not buying it not one bit at all. I need to know the exact truth because this ain't making sense at all. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Does this make sense to you guys?
Hell no, it ain't making no sense. I ain't even gonna lie, it's not making no sense. And everything Poetic said, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna hear more about this story. We're gonna hear other things about this. I just feel like it's one of them stories. You feel me? It's one of them stories. Are they gonna frame the artist, the dead man, or was it actually the manager and the police? It's the same, you know. You never know. We never know. We the world never know. These are just thoughts. You feel me? These are just thoughts. Feel me? Other than that, man, this is why you gotta just be careful in life, man. You never know what's wrong or what's going on in people's minds. Some people just be normal on a day to day doing what they gotta do. And then some be normal on a day to day, and then next thing you know, end up going home, clocking out, or you know what I mean, doing something because they just had that breaking point. You never know what's going on in anybody's mind. You know what I mean? You are your own person, no matter if they smile every day or not. But y'all, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never lay up on a video. Um, Please share these videos with your mama, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your friends, whoever. You feel me? I really do appreciate it. It keeps me up on this algorithm. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never late up on a video. If you're new here, I really do appreciate you stopping by. I have some YouTube videos, so please go up on my YouTube page, check out some of those videos, and hey, might have something that may catch your eye. You feel me? Other than that, y'all keep your head up on the swivel, think before your actions, because every action leads to a consequence. And please, y'all, please hit that sub button. Y'all, road to 200. You feel me? Let's get it, y'all. Peace. Be safe.